Rovine, Croatia, one of the most picturesque towns on the Adriatic Sea, recently became a BMX playground for three guys at the top of their sport: Marin Rantes, Daniel Ders and Senad Grosic. The city's old town area is a maze of narrow cobbled streets, lanes and buildings that date back to the 16th century. It's a major tourist attraction. Anyone who visits can lose themselves in the maze of streets, which is no bad thing. Given these unique surroundings, Rantes had the idea of sending Ders and Grosic, as well as himself, down this labyrinth of rocky streets while having to navigate a myriad of obstacles in place. Rantes also put BMX ramps in place so he, Ders and Grosic could put down some tricks as they chase each other down through the streets.
When I first came to Rovine just to scout the location, I thought it was amazing, just so beautiful. And like I came early, so there was no clouds, and just how vibrant and beautiful the city was. I was like, I think this is gonna be a banger video, just because the scenery was gonna be awesome. I knew it was gonna be a bit challenging with the ramps, just because the floor is not very BMX friendly, but we made it work, and that ultimately is what it's all about. It's like we need to make it work, get the tricks done, and just enjoy the whole city. It was awesome to do this project with Marin and Senad. I live with Marin at the moment, and I've seen him just grow, you know, trying to like get as dialed as possible for competition. So this is something different, and it's awesome to see. And Senad, I've known him for about 20 years. So we've been on many trips together. So what I like from having them in the project is that we have good synergy. And I think it makes it good for like the overall vibe of the video. It's been awesome to watch Marin grow. I met him maybe my third time in Croatia, and he was just a little kid, bike was all sketchy, you know, no sponsors, and I knew he wanted to just ride hard, and he showed that he was just going all in every single time. Years went by, I seen him more in the world tour, which was awesome to see him go from like didn't know what to do, he just went all in. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. To finally him moving in with me. We've been riding together for the last 2-3 years, watching him win his first World Cup overall, and recently just getting third at the Worlds. It's just been awesome to see that he puts in the time and he listens to the experience. I'm much older than him, and what I can give him is that it's just like the tips of like, hey man, I think you can do this. So it's been awesome to watch him go from like just this little Hessian kid trying to go as hard to like now he understands the concept of competition. And not only that, he's also been able to grow as an athlete. This project here, he shows how mature he's become, just being able to adjust to what it is, just because these projects are always difficult. You have a lot of like start, stop, you know, trying to coordinate all the people around. They're usually very stressful projects. It's a different stress than competition, so it's been awesome to see him adjust to it and just rise to the challenge.
The boys started the challenge from the top of the old town at the church of St. Euphemia, chasing each other down the narrow streets while enjoying ramp sessions all the way down to the pier at the bottom of the town. The tight streets of Rovine have everything you'd expect of such an old town, but making a video like this is very different than competing in a competition.
On a competition, you have your minute, you have your run, you do it, perfect conditions, that's it. A video project is kind of a little bit different, so the surface, the floor, streets, people, cameras, photographers, drones, weather, wind, and everything is sometimes against you and sometimes with you. So we kind of were lucky in Rovine to have like a really good weather. It was still challenging, you know, the floor and all these kind of things, but I'm happy we did it.
Rantes, Ders and Grosic's friendship goes back many years. Venezuelan Ders and Austrian Grosic have helped Rantes progress in his career since he emerged on the scene. They've been his mentors as well as his training partners. Rantes and Ders are particularly close. The Croatian athlete has stayed and trained at Daniel Ders Action Sports Complex facility in North Carolina in the United States several times. They're both often competing on the same BMX competitions around the world. While Ders and Grosic had brakes on their BMX, Rantes famously rides without. So on a route that goes downhill a lot, this was an added bit of complexity to riding, especially on the slippery stone cobbles that prevail in much of Rovine's old town. Rantes got the way.
On a project video, it was easy because everything it looks good. It seems to be easy, but The floor was insane shaky for us because we don't have any forks on BMX. It's just straight bike, you can see it. So I think it was a bit hard than it looks, but I think it was amazing because it was different experience. I had two of my best friends here, and it was really challenging to go to the small streets. Floor is shaking, and yeah, I think it was challenging, but it was amazing experience, and I'm happy that we was able to do it here and they was able to come here and do it together.